I didn't choose Rishikesh. Rishikesh chose me. I have a deep connection to Mother Ganga. She's cleanest, purest. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parampamiham Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. And Sanskrit is a language where the sound and the meaning are one, so it's unique. If I chant the Hanuman Chalisa, it brings me back into the potential of my own strength. Yog, if we understand it, traditionally and historically, it has everything that we need. If you need mental health healing, you have meditation, prana system. If you need healing of your physical body, we have Ayurveda.
If you want to become emotionally, physically, psychologically healthy, then choose the yogic system.
Yeah.
Your real name is
Claire.
and your Indian name is Jahanvi. So what's the reason to took this name?
So I took Guru Diksha with my teacher, Sri Brahmananda Saraswati, and I received the name Jahnavi through Guru Diksha.
Okay.
And at first, I did not really understand the significance of the name Jahnavi. And then I had been to this area before and to Mother Ganga before, but after I took Guru Diksha ceremony, then Rishikesh called me back and Mother Ganga called me back, and then I really understood why I was given the name Jahnavi and really deeply connected to it, to Lord Shiva and to Mother Ganga. And now it feels like that was always meant to be. So that, when you have a good teacher and you trust your teacher, then the process of receiving your name through your teacher is something that I can't control that. Like, he had a reason for choosing that name. He gave me, my Guru Diksha ceremony was on Ganga Drisera. So it was a special time and a special nation. And then it only made sense later, like when I came to Mother Ganga, and then I had an experience with her. And I understood why, and I understood why I had the name Jahnavi.
Very nice. Like, it means that you have an emotional touch with Ganga.
Gee.
Why you choose Rishikesh?
I didn't choose Rishikesh. Rishikesh chose me.
Oh.
Gee. So I think it's like I didn't choose to come here, and it isn't necessarily a place that I have or had a big connection to. In fact, it's so usual to have Westerners come to Rishikesh that I actually was put off coming because is so many, people coming here. So I wouldn't say that I have a deep connection to Rishikesh. I have a deep connection to Mother Ganga. So I love Uttarakhand.
Oh, you love Uttarakhand.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily Rishikesh. It's like, I love where the Mother Ganga flows. So she's cleanest and she's purest in Uttarakhand. So that's why for me, like, that is, I have a deep connection. But also, because I teach here as well at Harmat Nikatan, there's the International Yoga Festival, many international teachers. So that's really why Rishikesh chose me. And I come here, but really my connection is Uttarakhand and the Pahads, the mountains, and Mother Ganga from the highest source. Yeah.
Can you tell me, which one is your favorite? If you're comfortable.
So the mantra that I connect to most is the Guru mantra. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Deva, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parampamiham Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Because it's reminding us that everything is a teacher. So it doesn't necessarily mean yoga teachers, meditation teachers. It's like your children are our teachers. Animals are teachers to us. we may have teachers for a short time and we may have teachers for a really long time. Yeah. And we have teachers that arrive in our life that we don't understand. Like with my teacher giving me my name, I didn't understand it until later. And then I understood why. So teachers come in all forms. And the most important thing really about this mantra is to remember that the teachings, as long as we're open to it, it keeps us curious. So the best teachers in our lives are the ones that arise in us, the feeling of curiosity and a feeling of yearning to know more. Like the feeling of really yearning to know more about the subject that they're teaching. It doesn't really matter what the subject is, but a good teacher creates that in their students, whether it's young or old. And then this mantra also reminds us that we always stay in a place of learning, right? That we're always the student, we're always the one that is humbly learning something new. And that will therefore create an energy, pranic energy within us of youthfulness and curiosity. And that can be forever. But as soon as we stop learning, we stop yearning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you choose your guru or mantra or guru choose you.
We could recite the mantras just, what I love about mantras is that you can recite them just because you're reciting them, or you can recite them slowly with bhav, like the feeling state. Yeah, bhav, like, is the state where you are in connection to the words, excuse me. Oh. And also because when we're chanting in Sanskrit, and Sanskrit is a language where the sound and the meaning are one. So it's unique. It's a unique form. So because where your tongue is touching in your mouth in Sanskrit is touching the nadis and it's shifting your prana. So this is why it has such resonance. So in a way it can't be just rushed. It has to have bhav, because the nature of the language, as it's like it's like a great language, a lineage language of many other languages. So Sanskrit needs to be as much as possible pure, and because it can change your feeling state within you, it changes your prana, it realigns you, and it's hitting nadis and it's creating a complete resonance of sound vibration. And so therefore chanting mantras means to transcend the thinking mind, our analytical mind. So you go into a place where your pranic system is connected, where you're transcending all your overthinking mind, where you're in a place where you become the conduit between like the divine and the self. If for some of like Westerners, it's harder to learn the Hanuman Chalisa for it to be easy, but it has such words of devotion to Hanuman that I feel that when I chant that, I get all strength. And anytime that I chant Hanuman Chalisa, when I feel worried or concerned or afraid, or I feel my mind is dissipated, like if I chant the Hanuman Chalisa, it brings me back into the potential of my own strength.
Why you choose yoga?
So I started my yoga journey I first came to India in 2001, and my teacher was in South India in Mysore. And so I traveled there and spent time there. And I traveled there for 9 years, like to and from.
Mysore to London, Mysore.
Yeah.
Your yoga teacher is from Mysore, but your spiritual teacher is from Rishikesh.
My spiritual teacher is is it's a Bengali tradition of Kalu.
Oh.
Yeah. And then my other root teacher's name Kroli Baba. So he's from Kenchi.
Kenshi Dhamma. Have you?
I've been to Kenchi.
Okay.
So, but I don't have a teacher in Rishikesh. Naidi. I have but Uttarakhand, because also I feel so connected to Kenchi, to Neem Kroli Baba, to Nailintau, to Kenchi is, that's one of my root places. And my teacher, my beloved teacher that gave me the name Jahnavi is in the Kali tradition.
Oh.
Yeah, of Dikkaneshwar. So before I became a yoga teacher, I was a professional choreographer and dancer. So I was a professional dancer and choreographer, and I had a dance company when I was in my early 20s. And so this was a touring company. And then I also traveled and stayed in New York City when I was dancing and choreographing. And when I was in New York City in the USA, that's where I actually began yoga practice. Okay. Interestingly enough, I started it in New York.
Totally different league, no? Like from.
But I had really good teachers, and then this was in late 90s, and then I came to India to learn yoga because I was very connected. But I was a contemporary dancer, and I used to do choreograph music videos for bands.
Okay.
Yeah, for music, like bands, UK bands and US bands, and I choreographed maybe 40 music videos.
Nice.
I loved that. And I love dancing. I love dancing, but I have been worked professionally for many years. Yeah.
Because now you just change your profession, huh? That it's also the reason, or
Really, in a way, I didn't set out to become a yoga teacher. I just was practicing, and then people would ask me to teach them.
okay.
So in a way, it kind of happens. It just happens that I became a full-time yoga teacher. Yeah. So
But this is also a good profession, huh? Like maintain your body and everything.
yeah, and it's initially yoga was very physical for me. It's just about the physical form, asana, and my body. And then eventually, and quite quickly, it became more that it was feeding the soul and meditation, and it's a healing journey. Yoga, the thing to know is that yoga, if we understand it traditionally and historically, it has everything that we need as a system. Everything that a human being could possibly need is within the yoga system. If you need mental health healing, you have meditation, you have the prana system. If you need healing of your physical body, we have Ayurveda, we have the doshas, we have the understanding the systems of the body. If we need physical healing, we have asa. We have meditation. We have the prana system. We have the koshas. We have all the layers that make up our being. I believe that every answer for everything that is a problem is within this system.
This yogic system.
Absolutely. It's everything. Everything you need. It teaches us how to eat the right food. It teaches us about sadhana, about a daily spiritual practice. It teaches us about satsang, to make sure that you surround yourself with the right people. It teaches us how to give up addictions. It teaches us that that we do not contribute to the suffering of others, human beings or animals. It teaches us how to have internal cleanliness, clarity of mind. It teaches us how to breathe. It teaches us how to hair for our physical body, the container of the soul. I know everything that I believe, everything that we need is within the yogic system. It's why I'm still a student and I'm still yearning to know more. Like the journey will never be done because there's so much to love. If you need to cleanse yourself, do kriyas. If you're sick, you take Ayurvedic approach to food to balance yourself. There's no other system that's been created that is so holistic in its approach.
Like, if you want to become emotionally, physically, psychologically healthy, then choose the yogic system.
Yeah.
And you get the answer of each and everything there. From food, how to live, how to stay, fitness, everything.
Yeah. But if you need strength, do Hanuman Dan, like do that 108 times a day. Is everything that you need for physical health of your body. You get wrinkles, do Shashasana, do headstands. You have digestive problems, do Bhadravadrasana, and do Salamashavagasana. Do you know what I mean? Is that everything is there? Everything. Yeah.
Right.
And dip in Mother Ganga and believe that it's possible, but that's real. Because I didn't think I believed it. Truly, I knew about Mother Ganga, but until when I received the name Jahnavi, and then after that, then I did a dip properly with my whole heart under her. She spoke to me in Hindi and I didn't understand. I had to ask what it meant, but 3 times. And I was like, this is completely crazy. Rivers don't talk to you. Like, you don't hear words.
It means, like, do you believe like you have some karmic connection with Rishikesh or Ma Ganga?
Not with Rishikesh, but with Manayanga. Yeah, and Shiva, for sure. Yeah, there is something about.
Just because of some little that karmic connection, you born in London and come back to India.
Yeah, and then there'll be a reason. Because is it just that I taught one person in my life that made them realize their potential? Then I'm really lucky, because that is all you need. Like my teacher always said, you only need one student who understands you and who you change their life. That's all you need, and then you're the best teacher in the world. So you don't need 400 students in every class.
Exactly.
You just need one person where yoga has changed their life, and that I recognize, I know what my path, I know what my dharma is. So I know, even though I live in London and I look like this, I know that there's a reason that I'm here doing this work. Yeah. And it's hard because it's not that, this isn't a path of like money and fame and all those things. It's like a river. Like, you have ups where things are going really well. You have great big dips where things are not going well. The path of being a yoga teacher is like this as well. You don't just go up to come a certain level and then stay there forever. It's true. I'm lucky because I get to do this.
Thank you so much, Anvi.